Hello, beautiful people. How are all of you doing today? Oh my god! I'm sorry. Yesterday I tweeted and I said maybe I was too harsh on Durin. Today, Durin got fucking nerfed, man. Fuck. My bad, man. Holy shit. It's actually your fault. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it is, man. Maybe it is. It isn't a meaningful nerf. I mean, it's not like insignificant, right? Let's look at it on the Razor team, right? This was the Razor team. 166.6. 166.6. No! He's not above 100k anymore. No! It's 25 motion value. It's more than 25. It's like 50, no? It was like 219 or something? 216? Now it's 166. Tragic. Are we Durin or Durout? About that. They were like, they heard me say Black Durin is so bad that there are even some vape teams where you go white Durin instead. And they were like, bet, let's nerf white Durin so that doesn't happen anymore. Oh, man. Okay, all right, chat. I think it's time to go take a look at all of these Durin calc and to go fucking nerf him everywhere. So we're gonna control F Durin. Honestly, it's not even that big of a nerf. Like, for me, it's the end of the world because it's like just enough of a nerf to bring the Razor team back below 100k. But it's really not that big of a nerf. Like, there are some teams where it's a bigger deal than others, but it's not that big of a deal across the board. I don't understand that nerf. Like, it wasn't that strong to begin with. There was a problem that did justify a nerf, which was that white mode was much stronger than black mode, to the point where if you had a way to maintain the shred from black mode, you would do more damage on white mode than on black mode, even on a reaction team. It would have been better, in my opinion, to just buff black mode, but also black mode is balanced around Mona buffs. And with C6 Mona, well, C4 plus Mona, black mode Durin is already at like 120k DPS. So it's kind of hard to justify buffing it if you want to balance it around C6, around people having constellations on their standard 5-star. Is Mona C6 with Durin Mawika level? No, but it's like Skirk level, and it didn't get affected by the nerf. Right, like if I scroll that back down to Mona C6 stuff, yeah, Mona C6 got buffed. It didn't. They just changed the words they use. None of the numbers changed, and it's not like the words mean something different. They're just said differently. You can sub Albedo in this team? That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like there isn't another good option. I guess you can do Sucrose, but I feel like Sucrose is kind of sus for uptime. But maybe we can have a black Durin sheet where we just look at a bunch of black Durin teams. At this point, it's an Albedo team, not a Durin team. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Like, this is Durin doing 61% of the team DPS. This is like 6-1. Sorry. This is like similar to what Skirk does in teams with Escoffi, Farina, Yulon. Sorry. I'm so sorry, chat. Sorry. Sorry. I take it back. I'm sorry. We check Fischl instead of Albedo here. Fischl will suck ass instead of Albedo here, but sure, we can. Okay, before we do that, I want to double check everything here. So this is TTDS Mona, half uptime. Is that actually worth it? If we remove the TTDS buff and we give Mona an actual weapon, it's better. Yeah, so TTDS Mona isn't worth it here. Are we actually going to be able to get away without Fav from Mona ER requirements? Probably. She's catching her own particles. She's kind of chilling, you know? Like, you should be fine. Maybe we just go Fav for comfort, because you can't be bothered running something else. I'm down for that. Fav for comfort it is. ER Sends Fav for like max comfort. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. So we're gonna have more than 220 ER, right? Because ER Sends is 50, Fav is 50. What Seb bonus was this actually? Was this TOM Mona? I think it was. No, yeah, it was TOM Mona, I think, or maybe not. Yeah, this was Noblesse Durin TOM Mona. Honestly, let's not go Noblesse Durin, because that kind of sounds cringe. Honestly, let's go TOM, or let's go Noblesse Mona. I guess Crimson Witch, even with one stack on Durin, is better. 22.5. We lost a lot of damage. So this is what it's at on Noblesse Durin. Wow. Noblesse is better for his personal damage than Crimson Witch. Dude, this character is cooked, man. Yeah, let's just keep him on Noblesse. Keep Mona on TOM then. Fuck it. What would be Mona's best 5-star weapon in this team? Fav. I don't know, honestly. Maybe Wanderer's Bell? I don't know. But yeah, so like, you don't really give a fuck about the energy. So like, maybe you don't go ER Sends, you just go attack Sends. Because you get 30 ER plus a 45 ER ER. Well, 32 and 46, really. So you're like basically at 80 ER baseline. Yeah, so this is Fav attack sans Mona. This is TTDS? No. Fav attack sans. We have Omen. We have Goblet. I don't know if Goblet is actually better though. Let's look at attack Goblet. Attack Goblet is better. Does Mona vape anything in this team? I'm assuming not, but in practice, the best rotation probably involves using Mona Burst as part of your setup, then Durin Burst, then swap back to Mona and vape her first charge attack. Because a vape on Mona is better than a vape on Durin. It's just that you can't get as many, right? But like we can add what happens if she vapes. So this is where it's at with assuming that you only vape Durin, but you vape all of his things. But if you end up applying Pyro with Durin and vaping a Mona charge attack instead, right? That means you lost a vape on Durin, right? Which is losing 4k DPS. But in exchange for that, you gained a forward vape on Mona, which is more damage. But in practice, you might end up losing 2 vapes during your setup because of the lack of application. So maybe it's more realistic to assume this, right? Like maybe that's fair. But then at this point, Fav is probably not the best on Mona anymore. But I don't know, man. I don't care. Whatever. Okay, let's double check Durin things. Yeah, so this is where it's at. What about Flute instead of Spindle? Is it worse? It's basically the same. Isn't it better to just play Mona vape at C6 instead of vaping Durin? Not really. I had Mona vape carry at around 120k in this one. It was higher than this because I didn't look at channeling damage yet. So it should be at around 20k in this one as well. But it's a lot harder to play. This team is a lot easier. How's Reverie her best set? She doesn't have a good set. So if you get good burning up time, Reverie's good on her. You show Mona without C6? I mean, sure. Mona C4 was like 4k DPS behind. Mona C2 was like 17k DPS behind. The people were asking about alternatives to Albedo here. So let's take a look at Sucrose. There's no fucking way you can do TTDS. You know what? I don't want to look at Sucrose, man. The uptime on the shred is gonna suck ass in this team. Let's look at Fischl then. Fischl on Golden Troop. Citlali. Citlali, it ruins the team. You can't do Citlali. So Fischl. So Fischl is like 15k behind. That's not ideal. It's not awful, but it's not ideal. Actually, I didn't add the 45% attack to Mona. Not that it changes that much. It's like 2k DPS. I'm kind of curious about like C6 Bennett infused Durin. So maybe I can take a look at that. What do his normal attack motion, what does his normal attack motion value look like? Probably dog shit, right? Oh, his charge attack is 1 hit. Does it, do we know if it has ICD? It probably does, honestly. They want to ruin him, so I feel like it does. Because like, if his charge attack doesn't have ICD, his passive that increases vape and melt damage is not burst vape and melt damage. It's vape and melt damage on him as a whole. So it would apply to vapes and melts triggered by his charge attack too. And his charge attack isn't a double hit. It's a single hit. Plunge with vape with Shanyan. That won't work because you need enough hydro, and you're not getting enough hydro from anyone with lunge vape Durin. Because you need Bennett, you need Shanyan, you need Durin, and then you need a hydro that can sustain hydro aura through Durin plunge attack spam, Shanyan hydro swirls, and Durin burst. But that also applies hydro when you do charge attacks, so Singso can't be used. Then don't use his burst. That's gonna be even worse. No way. Yeah. Plus, you can't even like you have to use Mona, right? Because you need a fucking Hexen Circle. Like it's gonna be ass. Actually, no. Yeah, no. You need to activate his burst to get the passive too. That's so funny. Cryo Durin with Chongyun. Wait, maybe you're cooking actually. Maybe you're cooking actually. Chongyun, Durin, Chongyun, Albedo, Sucrose. Are you gonna skip Durin in this state? I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. Like maybe C6 Bennett Pyro infused Durin is just like goated. But I can't look at it until I know what his ICD is like. That's the problem, right? But I can look at Plunge with Chongyun. Not that I'm expecting much from that, but yeah, no, I'm not doing that. It's gonna be ass. Plunge with Candace though. Ooh, maybe you're cooking actually, because then you get to do forward, right? And there are pyro applicators that are fast enough to sustain that shit. Probably not. Let's look at Durin, Bennett. If we do Mona here, we're gonna need another hydro, right? If we on-field Durin. So we can't really do Mona unless we were willing to lose the shred. Is Farina gonna be enough? Probably not. I think Yelan is probably enough. I think it was definitely enough. But I think Yelan will be enough. And then last slot, we needed a Hexen Circle, right? The Sucrose, because we don't have shred otherwise. Maybe we just sacrifice the shred so we can run Albedo. I don't know. In this team, you would not want to go Wolf Fang because you're doing a good amount of normal and charge attack damage. Like you're doing mixed damage between normal charge attack and burst. So what would you go? I guess there is no good weapon, right? Finale, you can't heal reliably. So you can't reliably proc the Bond of Life effect. You only heal when you get hit. Maybe Farina has enough hydro. I don't think she does, honestly, but maybe. Who knows? Like maybe there's a world where or she does. And that lets you go fucking Marie-Jose, which is kind of huge, actually. This would be Finale, Marie-Jose, Durin, Topwood, Noblesse, Bennett, Fav, TOM, Farina, and I don't think we're getting the TDDS here. It's gonna be way too cringe to try to do setups with TDDS, so let's just do Sackfrog, VV, Sucrose. Okay, chat, it looks like Durin's charge attack has no ICD. Winnable. And also, the animation is kind of fast, actually. Has no ICD yet? Yeah. Wait. Oh, wait a second. Maybe there is ICD. What's going on here? Can't tell. Oh, no, chat. Maybe I was wrong. Yeah, that looks like there's ICD. No! That's cooked. That's so cooked. No. So on a 12-second uptime, you can probably do like 10 charge attacks. Maybe more if you do good cancels. The cancels look a little weird. Let's assume half of them vape, and same for half of the normals, and then half of the, like, the remaining half doesn't. Yeah, that's pretty pathetic. I forgot Marie-Jose, actually. Okay, maybe it's not pathetic. What team is this? This is N1C Pyro Infused Durin, but it's assuming that Farina is enough application, and I don't know if it is. And it's also assuming you get reliable VV setups with Sucrose, which I don't know if you can. Put the Yoda in the bag. True. We need a witch. How about Fischl instead of Sucrose? That's definitely not enough hype. Need to look at Mona Farina now? Or wait, what? Wait, wait, what? You still have the damage percent from Sucrose? I do. You're right. Not that it's a lot, but I will remove it. Thank you. Still, though, that's Mona C2. Can you just swap back to Bennett while his burst is up to refresh instructor? I guess you can, yeah. I don't know if it's worth it, though, because you lose the, like, the time you spend swapping on Bennett is time you're not attacking on Durin. What about Mona C4? Bro, wait. Wait a second. Wait a fucking second. Wait a second. Add Farina damage. I don't care. We'll tickle the enemies. Okay. Okay. How does he get 48% from DDDS? We're doing 20-second rotations here, so we get it every rotation. And sure, it's not full uptime on his burst, but on his normal attacks, it is full uptime. I wonder if there's ever a world where you burst every other rotation on Farina here. Or you skill every other rotation. Because, like, Durin's burst isn't, like, an important part of your setup. You can use it whenever, so it doesn't have to be synchronized in a rotation. What does have to be synchronized is Bennett burst, Farina burst, and Mona burst, and those are all 15 seconds. Wait, chat, maybe I was too harsh on Black Durin too, but I shouldn't say that because I'm gonna get him nerfed too as a rotation. This is like Farina EQ, Bennett EQ, Mona EQ, Durin. Actually, you're probably Farina EQ, Durin EQ, then Bennett EQ, Mona EQ, Durin attacks. Why not Mona QE? It doesn't fucking matter. Do what you want. I had to do 4 normals on Mona as well. I'm assuming 10 N1Cs. I don't know what good cancels look like though. Okay, those look like pretty good cancels. It kind of looks like you can get more than 1 per second if you're doing good cancels. His charge attack comes out so fast. Like, that's when was the last time we had a charge attack that came out this quickly? Yeah, I guess you can't. You won't be able to do dash cancels if you do that, but you can probably do jump cancels. I mean, you could just do dash cancels and just be capped at 12. Not 12. Oh no, it's a lot less than 12. It's not 20 per. It's 40 per. Or it's 45. Yeah, okay, no, that's kind of cooked. Use Barbara for stamina. True. I think getting 10 in a 12-second uptime is pretty reasonable though. I mean, maybe at that point you do N2C. No, because N2C is not gonna vape enough of the shit. You're not gonna vape enough charge attack. If only his second attack was a double hit instead of the third one, that would be so nice. You vape more normals. Yeah, but the normals hit a lot less hard than the charge. They're like really pathetic in comparison. But like, this is actually looking really good for like, but again, it's Hycon Mona stuff, which I don't know how I feel about, honestly. But yeah, it's also kind of crazy that the only reason why Farina is good here is because the sets that Durin can use are so complete fucking dog shit that being able to use a Marie-Jose is a major upgrade. But once you get a witch set, Farina's probably gone. This is EM Sense. This is attack sense. I think it's better than EM Sense because you get a bunch of EM and EM multiplier from all the shit on your team. Can you actually calc Farina damage in this team? Fine. I'll do it. I'll do it. Does that make sense? Feels a little high, honestly. I guess we are getting a pretty big external buff with Mona. Also, this is Mona C2, so we don't have this thing. Yeah, that makes sense, I think. For C4 Mona, we would just have the C4 here. Chad, that's kind of... I haven't looked at Mona and Bennett damage yet, but it won't be too high. Well, like, if this is possible, that's kind of good. You gave Durin Mona C4 CV? I believe I did. Yeah, I did. Is this Skirk level? Yeah. But I don't know if these combos are doable. This is maybe a bit too optimistic on the amount of attacks you get. Downscaled Black Durin carry. GG. Minus 7k. But that's still not bad, honestly. Okay, what about AFK Durin with Citlali? I kind of want to look at that too. So like, we go Durin on Wolffang, 2-piece, Bennett on Noblesse, Topwood, Citlali on TTDS, Roll. And what would the last one be? Do we just go Sucrose or is Albedo better? We'll look at both. Yeah, that's not that good. Actually. Yeah, That's pretty bad. That's pretty awful, actually. So what if we go Albedo? And with all of that, our damage went to 69k from 79k, so we lost 10k. But we make up more than 10k from Albedo, so it's worth it. So Albedo's at 15k. Yeah, this is not even 100k, actually. Didn't I have it pretty high before? What did I do wrong? I don't know, man. Right, it's because I didn't assume as many melts. That's why. And this is probably more reasonable, honestly. Yeah. All right.
Deuce on the loose.
Yeah.
Deuce on the loose.
Deuce on the loose.